G'day, Simon and James. Welcome to our Thanksgiving edition of South OC Cars and Coffee. And like all holiday weekends,
it's huge.
Yeah, massive.
Massive.
Absolutely massive. What have you seen, James?
It is a crazy weekend for supercars and hypercars. We have a P1, we have a Senna, we have an F8 in Lago that just rolled in, 765 with a roof scoop. We have a 575, 5 cars on the way from the guys at Faster LLC. It is just a mental day today. So many good cars.
A couple of SUVJs I've seen, and also a racing ride-on lawnmower.
A racing lawnmower,
Believe
yes.
it or not, apparently the old Briggs & Stratton 35 horsepower is now up to 85 or something crazy like that. Absolutely insane. Hey, don't forget, if you come to South OC Cars and Coffee, please remember, respect our rules. No speeding, no revving, no burnouts. That includes on the streets of San Clemente and getting on off those freeways.
And remember, guys, next weekend we have our annual Toys for Marines toy drive here at South OC Cars and Coffee. It is a fantastic event that we've been a part of for the last 6 years. Please remember, if you are coming to bring an unwrapped toy worth $15 or more, it's going to be going to all the Marines down at Pendleton.
Ton to see. Let's go for a walk and check some stuff out.
Let's do it. So the guys at Lamborghini and McLaren of Newport Beach brought out a crazy collection of cars here this morning. First of all, the Lamborghini Revolto finished in Nero Nemesis, their factory matte black paint. Absolutely love this car. Next to it, we have a Lamborghini Huracan Technica. It has this crazy exposed carbon package, carbon hood, mirrors, wing, a lot of it. Next to it, a McLaren 720S Spider, an Artura finished in one of my favorite colors, MSO Ceramic Gray. 2 Urus SEs. This one has been properly driven. This is an actual manufacturer car that they've taken off-road for one of their off-road experiences. Next to it, we have another one. I believe this is a Verde Mantis one. Then next to it, we have a McLaren GTS and then a 750S. Out of this lineup, which one would you guys take? I think for me personally, I'd have to go with either the Revuelto or I'd have to go with the 750S Spider here. Absolutely love it. The team from Faster LLC has showed up with a crazy turnout today. First of all, an incredibly rare Aston Martin shooting brake. This is probably one of the coolest cars that I've ever seen in person here at South OC Cars and Coffee. The lines on this car are absolutely out of this world. Love the taillights on this thing. This is just such a beautiful car. Absolutely love it. Next to it, 918 Spider. Absolutely love this pastel baby blue on here. This is so pretty. Got the green interior as well, a little green striping. Same with the brake calipers. And then probably the best spec Bugatti Veyron that I've ever seen. This is a stunning full exposed blue carbon Veyron Super Sport with silver accents, silver mesh. God, this car is just so pretty in person. I'm not sure if you guys can really see the carbon, but God, this car is beautiful. And then you have a stunning gray silver interior. Absolutely beautiful. And then next to it, we have a couple more down here as well. Viper ACR Gen 5 GTSR. This thing is so cool. GT3 RS non-Y-Stack, which I love. You guys know that I love this paint match hood and the paint match roof. What a lineup. Between all of these 5 cars, between the Aston Martin, the 918, the Veyron, the Viper, and the 3RS, which one are you guys taking? Make sure to comment down below. And here we have a C8 ZR1 in the front row. This is the second one that we've had here at South OC Cars and Coffee. This car is so wild to see in person. You can see all the functional aero and just how much more aggressive this car is than the factory C8, the standard base model. You can see crazy air dam up here in the front, all the carbon fiber aero, carbon front lip, side skirts, all that good stuff. Here we have a beautiful interior here. This gentleman's opted for the orange interior with tons of carbon, and then this car is also powered by a 5.5 liter twin turbo V8. The LT7 makes 1,067 horsepower and then over 800 pound-feet of torque at 6,000 RPM. This car is wild to see in person. Here we have a lineup from the guys over at Audio Toys. So first of all, Billy, who owns Audio Toys, with his beautiful 765 LT. Love this car. It's been here a number of times, has these crazy carbon wheels, all the carbon exterior packages, that roof scoop as well, and of course he opted for the P1 buckets. This is a classy spec. Next to it, SF90 Spider. I believe this has the Novatec package on it. Crazy to see this car in person. Looks so good. So much carbon aero on it. I think it has the factory Assetto Fiorano package too, because it has this massive accentuated spoiler with a little active air dam in the back that goes up and down. Next to it, McLaren Senna. Needs no introduction. This car is probably one of the wildest from an aero point of view that we've had at South OC Cars and Coffee. Absolutely love it. Tons of factory carbon. Has the satin accents. F8 Tributo with a Enlago package on it. Another one from the guys over at Novatec. This car is so crazy, so much wider than factory. This is a full wide body. You can see, compared to the door, just how much this fender sticks out here. It's so much wider than factory. Love the wheels on it. tons of exposed carbon. My only gripe with these kits is that on the exterior, they're not doing the standard Ferrari 1x1 weave. It's just a 2x2, but that's all right. Still looks fantastic. And then next to it, holy grail in my opinion, best of the Trinity, the McLaren P1. I've had this one here a few times at Cars and Coffee, this lovely metallic yellow. God, this thing looks so good in person. What a killer lineup. Ending off the exotics row with a bang, we have 2 Lamborghini Huracan Storados and then 1 special McLaren that managed to sneak in. But first of all, love these Storados. This kind of military utilitarian look is just so cool. Absolutely love it. You have the matte green on this one, and then you have a beautiful sand color on this. This one is just so cool. Beautiful interior as well. Has the green suede all over the place. Bronze wheels. Very classy spec. Next to it, love this sand color as well. This is just such a beautiful color. That same kind of green with the buckets on the inside. Very nice. And then next to it, an incredibly rare McLaren 720S. This is a 720 Le Mans, so you can see the 5-spoke wheels here. The only 720 that was able to be optioned with a factory roof scoop as well, just like the 765 LT. And the beautiful gray paint that all of these cars were able to be optioned with. It's either this, I believe, or the orange as well, the Papaya Spark. Love these colors. Love this car. Just such a great way to end off the exotics row.
You know, we've had a lot of interesting vehicles here at South OC Cars and Coffee, but this one kind of takes the cake. Look at this. This is a racing ride-on lawnmower, believe it or not. It's got a Briggs & Stratton V2 engine. The owner was telling me that it started its life as like 18 horsepower. Now, through some magic of a guy in New Zealand, is actually 85 horsepower. Heard this thing come in. It's a tough little thing. So if you want a sport that's affordable and a little bit of fun and, you know, really want to cut the grass while you're at it, get into lawnmower racing. This is a car of luxury from its day. Look at this amazing Cadillac Coupe de Ville. It is so pretty. Just the gold badging, that beautiful two-tone with the blue and the cream on the top, and then the matching cream and in fact a black sort of speckle interior in there. Just such a wonderful car, and sort of the beginning of these big wings in the back. Of course, the wings got bigger and bigger as the Cadillac sort of progressed. But just such a great looking car. Huge as well. Previous car of the week winner here. Look at the attention to detail on this thing. Everything on this car has been built from scratch. Look at all the little details around here, around here. The owner just wanted to make something that was completely different. It's running a small block Chev under there, but you look through the amount of copper and the amount of brass, all of these hand sort of beaten seats designed to look like they've all been sort of had that sort of hammer tone effect through here. Just amazing. Brass and copper and then polished steel as well. Go back and check out the car of the week on this thing. The amount of detail on it is absolutely incredible. Running a Jaguar rear end, which is why you can see that the actual brakes are on the inner, next to the diff, either side of the diff housing, not on the outer. But amazing what people will spend time building. So much detail. The more you look, the more you see. Talk about a Volkswagen invasion this morning. We've already walked past a lot of the regulars, but this group rolled in, and they're in actually 2 rows as well. Some over the other side over here as well. But look at them all through here.
Girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done.
AMC AMX. You do not see a lot of these around, and it's great when you do. I love the marketing campaign back in the day. Why buy a souped up Mustang or Camaro for $3,395 you can buy a real sports car? Really interesting marketing pitch, but a good looking car for the time. An interesting style too. Didn't really look like the other cars, which was, you know, one of the unique things. Tail lights going all the way across the back. Quite a pretty design. Not many of them left on the road, so when you see them, it's actually always good to see. So there I was saying you don't see many of them, and then I get to the next car, abracadabra, another one appears. This was sitting here all along. Have a look at the intake manifold somebody's built for this. Very interesting. I don't know whose it is, and I wish I could move them.
AMC?
That is an AMC, is it?
From the factory.
A factory, dual carb, so dual 4-barrel as well.
4-barrel, cross ram 4-barrel. Built for the racing, for the Trans Am racing.
That's really interesting, isn't it? That's so cool. I mean, it's just a really interesting design. The other interesting thing is where they put the distributor off of the front of these things as well. Really easy to get to, but driven off obviously the front of the camshaft, not at the back like most other cars. Great car, huh? 2 of them side by side. Just not something you see every day at all. Some interesting cars through here. So first of all, the RX-8. The purists squirmed when Mazda released this in the early 2000s. I think it was around about 2003 that these first came out. And of course, it's stuck with that rotary recipe that they used in the RX-7, but of course they went to this 4th door, sort of like you'd see on like a suicide door basically, but you had to open the front. So this is actually 2009. Cult following now, which it should have because it's a rotary. Next to another car that most people don't know what it is, unless they know what they're looking for. This is actually the Mazda Speed 3, or as we call it in Australia, the MPS 3. Now this still used the same 2.3 litre engine they used in the Mazda 6, a little detuned compared to the MPS 6, the turbo version, but this is actually a turbocharged. You can actually see the intercooler sitting up on the top. Great little car, super quick, but front wheel drive, so they had a ton of torque steer, and unfortunately both the 3 and the 6 were known for having oil issues with the turbo, but still cult following from both of these Mazdas, which they should. Up here, be remiss of me not to talk about this thing. Look at this Studebaker. Now, the design cues on this thing, well, I gotta say it, it's really ugly, isn't it? But you say that, but it's beautiful ugly in that. In other words, it's got once again a cult following, a very unique design with this sort of front bullet style grille. Just really strange lines, like the person who designed this was trying to make something that did not look like anything else. A lot of the Studebakers were known for that, but this one in particular, people would have loved it or they would have hated it, and I just think it's so cool to see it on the road today. You heard James before talking about the ZR1 Corvette in the front row. That is today the highest level of Corvette that has ever been produced. Well, of course, the ZR1X is on its way. That's the hybrid version, which is even faster. ZR1 over 1,000 horsepower, ZR1X over 1,200 with the electric assist. This is where it all began, the C1. 1953 is the model of this particular year, and what stands out to me is under the hood, this is actually a 6-cylinder. Of course, they went to V8s in the subsequent years. Of course, some of those first V8s, some of the first fuel injection GM ever did was in the Corvette. But what's interesting, this has got that blue flame inline 6. And over there you can actually see that it's got triple carbs. So this would have been quite the thing back in 1953 to have that triple carburetor set up in there. They were a heavy old 6-cylinder, still probably lighter than the V8 was when it came along, and didn't produce a ton of power for what they were. But still, the fact that this was the first Corvette is pretty darn cool to see it sitting here. And one of the things I like about it as well is you see a ton of V8 Corvettes everywhere. To see a 6-cylinder one is really, really rare. So, and also look at that, an automatic as well. There's the shifter down there. So really interesting to see this very first era of Corvette with that inline 6 with triple carbs. Just sitting here over in the back row, minding his own business. Ford GT, black, stripe, delete. This is a pretty looking car over here, isn't it? A friend of mine just bought a 2006 red with a white stripe, and I like the new GT, although I still have issues with the fact that it's got basically a twin turbo F-150 engine in it. I love this era, and the thing that I like the most about it is that you can tell that this is a direct descendant from the old GT40 that Carroll Shelby, of course, raced back in the late 60s. That's what I love about it. I think these are going to be worth more money in future years than the later one. The later one certainly is a very capable supercar, but this, to me, I think this is going to be the one that's got the appeal. Gen 5 Z28, just love this car. I think this is probably, for me, the ultimate of the Gen 5 Camaros. Of course, running that naturally aspirated LS7 engine, the 7-litre LS7 that was, of course, used in the C6 Z06. So great sound, plenty of torque. Other things about this car: carbon ceramic brakes, massive 6-piston calipers in the front there. The other interesting thing is on the regular Camaros and the SS and also the ZL1, they actually ran 20-inch rims. On the Z28, they actually ran 19s just to improve the handling. Great aero on the front, of course. Got the little wide body kit that goes into the side skirts and into the back. Now, one of the interesting things about this car, they wanted to get the weight down, so the back glass is actually different from the back glass in a regular SS or the ZL1. It's actually thinner and lighter. You could order this car with a radio edition, or was it a radio delete? I can't remember, but it is such a good car and going up in value, and so it should, because it really typifies, I think, the sports car Camaro of this era.
When the lights go down,
So great to have the San Clemente Fire Department here supporting the show, giving away hats to the kids, which we just absolutely love. We want this show to be a family event, and we just love seeing this sort of support, and we love to be able to support all the various charities around the city as well.
when you break it up, you'll see who had it all. You had it all.
Such a busy morning over in the back row. We got a couple of Aston Martins sitting over here, super beautiful. Love the color scheme on this one. Another Ford GT. We saw the black one before with the stripe delete. This does not have the stripe delete. And then over here, just for the sake of being amongst it, Ferrari Purosangue. This is the 4-door, what would you call it? Like a super saloon, I guess. It's not an SUV. It's for somebody that wants something like an 812 super fast, but a little lifted, 4 seats to be able to take their friends with them. Super cool. Really pretty super here. Look at these 5-spoke wheels down here. I love this era of Japanese cars. This, the GTR at the time, an R33 or an R34. Personally, I'd take that over an R35. Got another Supra sitting here as well. Man, so many motorcycles today as well. I'm not surprised the weather's so good. Have a look at these two little Vespa over here. Nice looking Ducati over this side. Beautiful Harley. All sorts. BMW through here. Very, very nice. Suzuki. More down through here. What's that? Interesting. It's got a Super V logo on that BMW over there. Great little Honda over here. Little 4-cylinder Honda inline 4. Very cool.
I'm going on.
That is it for a busy edition of South OC Cars and Coffee. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Please remember to respect our rules, no revving, no speeding, no burnouts. That includes on the streets of San Clemente, driving through the property and getting on and off those freeways. Want to say a massive thank you to all the sponsors. We have the Bracketeer Way Marketing, McGuire's, Mazda, Next Level Auto Protection, iAccident Lawyers, Go Mobile Tire, European Exotic Center, Hillbank Motor Corporation, and of course MagnaFlow and Camberg as well. Do want to say a massive thank you as well to all the volunteers for coming in, helping us put on this event each and every week. We could not do it without you guys. Remember, if you want to become a volunteer, hit us up on Instagram at South OC Cars and Coffee Merch. So we handle all the volunteer rostering, and then while you're over there, check out some of our hats, hoodies, brand new t-shirts, stickers, everything you guys could possibly want.
Christmas presents,
Christmas
right?
presents, absolutely. And then if you are volunteering, you get to bring your car in before 8:30. Then Ruby's Auto provides a free coffee and donut for everyone helping us out.
A big thank you to Ruby's for doing that and also feeding the masses, and a big thank you to the outlets of San Clemente for allowing us to be here. If you need to do any shopping, go to the movies, grab a coffee, whatever, come to the outlets, tell them South OC Cars and Coffee sent you. Well, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you back here next week for another South OC Cars and Coffee.
Thank you guys.